SD, Tiffany infuriates Korean fans with her SNS updates on Korean Independence Day.
Independence Day in Korea is August 15th, which is actually today. So happy Independence Day, Korea!
Yeah!
On August 14th, which was yesterday, Tiffany posted twice to Instagram, or at least once, with a photo of her and a couple of people that were over there, and the caption had a Japanese flag on it. Well, if you know anything at all about Korean history in 1945 when they got their independence from Japan. Japan is really the only country that still holds a super sour note for some people when they think about independence. And to put this in a little bit of perspective, everybody, for instance, in the United States knows who we won our independence from. Well, it's the same thing for Korea, except the difference is Korea is a small country versus the United States is a big country. And so therefore it's slightly more sensitive and it's also more recent.
I was gonna say, it's much more recent, and they're still battling the different, what is the terminology? Like, they're still doing some government things, working out some issues between Japan and Korea to this day.
So for those of you that tuned in to hear about what Tiffany did, it's really about the history here to understand why she did anything out of the ordinary that might upset some people.
So Tiffany of Sonyeondae, or Girls' Generation, posted two things. The first thing was a photo to Instagram with the flag because she's in Japan working on a tour and she's hanging out with some friends, and so she was like, I'm in Japan, and then put the flag in. But because people were unhappy, she took that down. But she also posted something to Snapchat saying, I'm in Tokyo, Japan, and she used the sticker that came with Snapchat, which had the rising sun symbol, which, if you don't know, to Koreans is like the Nazi symbol. It's like a really taboo. They hate that symbol.
And if I had to think about the mindset that Tiffany was in when she made these posts, if she's in Japan, she's posting with the intent of reaching the Japanese audience in which she resided at that moment, even though she has so many fans all over the world, and a lot of them are young teenage girls in Korea. So she's reaching everybody, not thinking about everybody, but then as soon as there's backlash, she does realize she has this huge reach. It happens to anyone who has an audience. Mm-hmm. And so I feel like I can slightly relate, even though our audience isn't nearly as big as Tiffany's.
But, you know, if you're not in Korea, maybe she's not thinking that, oh, tomorrow is Independence Day from Japan. It's probably not on the forefront of her thinking. And if you're under the age of 70 in Korea, you're 70 or younger, you haven't known an occupied Korea, you've only known stories. But even so, it's very recent, and so a lot of people are very sensitive to this topic and very upset about it.
And on top of that, Independence Day means something different to everyone. And maybe it's not super important to her, especially if she's not in Korea during that time. I mean, we spent July 4th in Korea. The first few years we were there, we'd want to celebrate July 4th, and we actually had a barbecue a couple of times on July 4th. But as time went by in our 4th and 5th year there, July 4th, as significant as it is, becomes less important.
Yeah, a lot of American holidays when you lived overseas for us were not as important.
Well, they are, and then as you do it again and again and again, like we did Christmas 4 or 5 times, we try to recreate, especially because you were younger than me. It meant less to me than it did to you, and so even you and I saw certain holidays differently and with different importance, and Tiffany also, maybe, it's not that important to her. Anyways, Tiffany also made an apology, and I have the translation to English. Hello, this is Tiffany. I am sorry that I made a mistake on such a precious and meaningful day, causing many of you discomfort. I am sorely embarrassed by my mistake, that I've disappointed many people, and I'm deeply regretting my actions. I will always remember that my every action and words are being watched by many, and will always think deeply before I take action in the future. I am again very sorry for causing everyone such disappointment due to my mistake.
Oh my gosh, I can't even imagine being under that kind of pressure.
How severe of a mistake do you think Tiffany made? Comment section.
Click the like it button, you guys, and click the subscribe button too.
And stay tuned for a special mini announcement coming up this Saturday. That's it. We're out of here. Hasta luego.
Bye.